Hey everybody, it's Magenta. I am, as promised, making a video about BigBossCal. In this video, it has happened again and it will keep happening. And I'm using my backup channel to do it. And in this video, Big Boss is stating that Yeardley Love, the lacrosse player who was killed by her on-again, off-again boyfriend, had it coming to her. She brought it upon herself. Got a lot of nifty little notes here. So let's get into this, shall we? He starts off with ranting about how we treat people any way we want to without regard to the consequences, but we don't want to be treated that way, but we just keep on treating people badly. I hate to break it to you, Big Boss, but people are going to do whatever the fuck they want. They're going to say what they want to say, do what they want to do. You're obviously not helping things. Knock it off. He goes on to talk about how people, and specifically he's talking about women, playing a game, keep playing their games. He talks about Yeardley was playing a game. He doesn't go into detail, other than to state she was messing around. Really, Big Boss. Please send me 2 articles that prove through investigative techniques that she is guilty of cheating. For one, the relationship between her and this Hughley guy was on again, off again, as attested by her friends and his. But no, she was messing around. Cheating, in other words, right? Let's see. Ah, yes. Men aren't monsters, women are. I loved that one. Men are innocent. We women are the monsters. Oh, that was a winner. You know, you must have had quite a few women spurn you. I wonder why. He then states that women think men think like they do. No, we don't. As a matter of fact, we women know that men think entirely differently. We are well aware of that fact. But no, you want to say that we think you think like us. And then you state this lovely little gem. I had to swallow bile and keep from laughing at the same time when you said this. I want a back rub, respect, love, and affection. Okay, those 4 are fine. I think everybody would like to have those. This is where it gets kind of hinky, boys and girls. Silence, fucking, cooking, and cleaning. In other words, you must have grown up in a household with a father who had that women are to be seen and not heard type of mindset. And I bet you your father was an abusive asshole to your mama, wasn't he? Probably gave her a good slap upside the mouth from time to time if she dared speak her mind. So in other words, according to you, Big Boss, women are to shut up, put out, get on their back anytime they're commanded by their husband, stay in the kitchen and cook, and pump out babies, huh? Stay in the house, behave yourself, shut the fuck up, and do what the fuck you're told. Hey, you sound like someone else we know here on YouTube. Mr. Pleasant Preacher, anybody? You then state that cops are crooked. This shows your New World Order conspiracy nut side. I won't even get into that. That's several videos in and of itself. Speaking as a former nutter, speaking as a former truther nutcase, I know what I talk about on that. I was part of that community for about a good 6 months. So I know my shit on that. Again. He then goes on to state that the fact that Hughley had scrapes and bruises on his arms, which he says that proves that he was like this, and she came and beat on him, and he snapped and started to beat her. That still means he's guilty of beating her. Ah! But no, it was justified because she hit him first. Sorry. The law doesn't see it that way. No, the law doesn't see it that way. See, if she came at him first, and if he had stayed back and protected himself, got out the door and left, and then went to the cops to show it, she would go to jail for assault. Pure and simple. No. According to you, she hit him first, and he beat her because he snapped, but he just happened to beat her to death. But it's okay because she came at him first. Why? Because in your words, she dared to come up on him as if she were a man. We're right back to the whole mindset of how women should be, right? Mr. Pleasant Preacher in dark skin. Oops, I shouldn't say that, right? Fuck you, you're the black Mr. Pleasant Preacher. Fucking shit. Now, the police state that Hughley has a history of a bad temper, according to his own friends, issues with alcohol, so he gets drunk often, which exaggerates bad temper, being bad temper to begin with. And he has had records of resisting arrest and public intoxication. But none of that matters, right? He has a history of violence, has a history of resisting arrest, which means he's violent with the cops. He has a history of a temper, but none of that matters, right? He's the good guy. He's the victim in all of this. Now, this statement at the very end, and I couldn't watch anymore after this. Actually, there's two statements. First one was the women create drama. See, you accuse women that we think you guys think like us, when that's not the case. And then say women create drama, which again goes back to the women shut the fuck up, and two, shows you think we should think like you, when the female brain is emotionally wired. Sorry, it's just how our brains operate. If you don't like it, too fucking bad. Lastly, he says, you equate sex to love. But wait, at the beginning of your video, you say that you want silence and fucking. And just for the record, the reason why sex gets confused with love so often is because of the chemicals that are released during the act of sex, which makes you feel like you're in love. That's a chemical thing. That's why that happens. You are an ignorant, close-minded, misogynistic, woman-hating asshole. And I am Magenta, and Mr. Big Boss, your ass has just been pwned by the gothic bitch of YouTube. Fuck you.